If you're moving to St. Mary's County in 2026, here are some places that I really think might be worth looking at. Hey, my name is Rob Schou. I'm a real estate agent down here in Southern Maryland with EXP Realty, and the whole goal of this channel is to help make your move to Southern Maryland so much easier. So if that's something you'll be doing, use the contact information below. Call me, text me, and I'd be happy to help any way that I possibly can. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to go over 6 different areas of St. Mary's County that you should look at if you're thinking about moving here, and kind of go over why you might consider each area, and especially lean into the lifestyle of each area. Now, if you're moving to St. Mary's County, you've probably heard of Leonardtown. Leonardtown is the county seat of St. Mary's County, and honestly, there's a lot of different stuff to do within Leonardtown. It's home to the only true downtown in St. Mary's County, where there's a bunch of restaurants and shops and stuff like that, and a lot of it is walkable. But it is one of the higher priced areas of St. Mary's County, and the housing choices aren't nearly as diverse as other areas in St. Mary's County. So for example, you're going to see a lot of single family homes in Leonardtown compared to California or Lexington Park. You're just not going to see as many townhomes, condos, apartments, and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a single family home, it can really be a good choice. But if you're looking for something smaller, maybe a condo or apartment, there's just not as much inventory in Leonardtown itself. Now, also, Leonardtown isn't the closest to Pax River or the contractors surrounding it, but it isn't too far away. I'd say it's about a 15 to 20 minute commute on a good day, and most of it is just straight driving. You're not sitting in traffic a whole bunch. The second area I'm going to talk about is California, Maryland. Now, California, Maryland is the second most expensive area in St. Mary's County, but what you do get in California, Maryland is a variety of housing types. There's condos, townhomes, apartments, single family homes, duplexes. There's all types of stuff all within California, Maryland. And there's some big neighborhoods too. Wildwood, Myrtle Glen. There's a whole bunch of stuff all right around California. And that's because most of the concentration of people is in California. All the shopping is right there. It's right on 235 for the most part, and it's easy to get back and forth to base and the different contractors that support base too. So really, if you're looking for the most central area with a good amount of housing choices, decent prices, a decent commute to Solomon's up to DC, it's a little bit closer than southern parts of the county. It can be a really good choice. But the downside is it can definitely feel a little bit more faster paced, a little less rural, and people sometimes move to St. Mary's County because they like that small town rural feel. So if that's what you want, you might want to look somewhere outside of California. And at number 3 is Hollywood, and that's one of those places where you're going to be close enough to a lot of things, especially California, but you're a little bit more removed, so it does feel, I'm not going to say rural, but a little bit more suburban. While the whole California area is definitely more built up, the Hollywood area is more rural with more single family homes. I can't really think of too many townhomes in Hollywood. I can't think of many condos or apartments. So if you're looking for those, you're not going to find them in Hollywood. But if you're looking for that single family home on a bigger lot, maybe a little bit better price depending compared to like Leonardtown or even some parts of California, Hollywood may be a really good choice for you. But you're going to deal with a longer commute than you would if you were looking at California, but it is a few minutes shorter than Leonardtown. Area number 4 is going to be the closest to base that you can get to, and that's Lexington Park in Great Mills. It's also one of the most affordable areas in St. Mary's County, and honestly, the different housing types they have there is probably the most diverse when it comes to condos, apartments, townhomes, stuff like that, and single family homes as well. So if you're looking for a lower price point close to base and you're okay with smaller houses, smaller lots, and you're more packed in with more people similar to California, then Lexington Park and Great Mills may be the best choice for you. And honestly, just like in any area in St. Mary's County, don't base it just off of what the zip code is. Go and check out each individual houses, because Lexington Park itself spans a large area of St. Mary's County, all the way up to kind of that Chancellor's Run Road area, all the way down to south of base. So you may see Lexington Park and you may be really rural, or you may see Lexington Park and you might be right in the thick of it. Area number 5 is going to be north of Hollywood, and that's Mechanicsville and Charlotte Hall. Now, Charlotte Hall is a really good option for people that have like a split household. One's commuting up to DC, one's commuting down to Pax, or maybe you just don't want to really deal with everything in that lower part of the county. it can be a good choice, especially if you're someone that wants to go to Waldorf and stuff like that. Now, there's not a lot of housing types up there. Again, it's more single family homes. Property prices are a little bit lower, and each week it seems like some new business is coming into Charlotte Hall. So if you want to be more rural, but have the opportunity to be able to be closer to DC, Waldorf, and places like that, Charlotte Hall in St. Mary's County could be a good choice. And in between Hollywood and Charlotte Hall is Mechanicsville. Again, this is a huge area of St. Mary's County. And in my opinion, if you're looking for a single family home that feels like you're out in the country, but you're close enough to base and you're close enough to, Waldorf and DC and places like that, the Mechanicsville can be a really good choice. You're looking at, depending on which part of Mechanicsville you're looking at, being a 35-minute to 40-minute commute to base and probably about a 45-minute commute to Waldorf. And then you're looking at an hour and 15 minutes to DC. So if those commute times are okay for you and you want to be more rural, it can be a really great choice. And the last area is south of base. Now, there's part of Lexington Park down there, but also Ridge, Dameron, and St. Inigoes. Those are places, if you want to be rural, you want to be closer to the water, you want to be surrounded by that kind of almost waterman lifestyle down there, you should check out these areas. It's probably the best place to find inexpensive waterfront in all of St. Mary's County, but it does come at a cost. A lot of the homes are outdated. They probably need flood insurance. And honestly, you're really away from everything. You're 20 minutes at least away from base and another 10 minutes on top of that to get to shopping and things like that. So if you're someone that wants to be in the thick of it, it's probably not a great place. But if you're looking for a rural retreat that's on the water and you want to get it for a good price, then those areas of St. Mary's County can be a really good choice. Look, I know this is just the tip of the iceberg. So if you have any questions or need any help about moving to St. Mary's County in 2026, use the contact information below. Call me, text me, and I'd be happy to help any way that I possibly can. Look, I really appreciate you watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.